Bossman, the print tech gang is here to join you for the show.
Yeah, by all means, let them in.
Absolutely tough, but be ready for their surprise, knowing you don't like surprises.
What best describes us today is the word nomads, people without a fixed habitation. We're members of a community without that fixed habitation. The nomadic life is extremely difficult because their resources are very, very limited. This sounds in a way like the print tech gang, a gang on a mission to bring ready-made knowledge to help make informed decisions. Mission to reduce mistakes made by new entrants into choosing the right equipment. Mission to help create 6,000 jobs across the value chain of printing. This and more to be achieved with only limited resources. Many need to understand this concept because today we've got digital nomads operating in that desert-like digital space. And yes, the nomadic lifestyle could be waiting for you as your next means. Are you into digital marketing? Do you need freelance content writing skills, blogging, creative and graphic designing? Do you want to write a book or create one to sell online courses like we're doing now? All requires skills and are faced with their own dangerous and peculiar challenges. Ladies and gentlemen, this is hoping you quickly understand that the printing sector, like many other sectors, are operating in the desert at the moment.
Welcome to all members and intending members of the Print Tech Gang. This is the Print Tech Gang. You already know why we're dressed like this. We're showing you about the nomadic lifestyle that life is getting into. Today we'll be looking at the 2021 print technology predictions. And I have with me the gang.
Hello, my name is Olujare. We have three different types of nomads. We have the hunter-gatherers, we have the pastoral nomads, those are the ones that are involved in the livestock. And we have the thinkers or trader nomads. If you want to be a hunter-gatherer, you need to sharpen your weapon in this 2021 for creative ideas, because this year is not going to be an easy year.
My name is Ebizen Vitalis. Pastoral nomad out there, they have a business to run. They have businesses to build, and as it were, but the government policies are giving them hard time and issues, creating a harsh environment for them. So you have to be hopeful and prayerful for you to be able to navigate through all this year.
Hi guys, it's me, your girl, Mojisola Bashamo. We would never be able to do without the trader nomads, for they have the access to where the livestock is raised and also know who to sell them to. Trust me, we would need them for a lot of collaboration this year.
Akioduwale is my name. Welcome to this episode. You see, I am beginning to understand that there's a concept called the digital nomads because we're beginning to live in a digital world. And in this sector, it's a desert-like experience where all you do is in a different terrain from what you're used to. So we need to be ready for this lifestyle because then a lot of things will happen here. Bloggers, digital marketing skills, if you need to write a book, study a course online, it is totally a new terrain. All these then require skills. So we need new skills to survive in this nomadic lifestyle. So ladies and gentlemen, this is hoping that you will understand that like every other sector, the printing sector is also operating in a desert today. Today, we're going to be looking at those 2021 predictions that will help us survive the nomadic lifestyle.
Due to the pandemic, we've seen increase in activities in the medical sector. And because of that, we'll be looking at seeing a growth in the label business printing because the labels will be needed for the vaccines. And for me, you will be seeing a lot of printing in the digital world.
I totally agree with you because what we've seen is that the pandemic has exposed the digital world and it's been able to show that the digital world is able to respond to the needs.
That's right.
Because the needs are short run, quick prints, and then that's a sector that the digital would naturally like to go into.
And for me, they will have also peak turnover time for the prints which they are running.
The world is even so uncertain.
And because right now it's all about print on demand, it's that you need and you print. You can actually even modify or adjust as it goes. So digital world is actually increasing when it comes to sales.
Yes,
A lot of people now are actually investing in looking inward and doing their own thing through printing. If you look at the soap that people use in washing, most people have it in smaller quantity, and also the sanitizer. Like it's mandatory in school now.
And all these things will actually need label because you just have to instruct on how to use it and what to use it.
So we're looking at the big label market in this year. So this 2021 looks like
label and packaging.
Right,
packaging matters a lot in business. Whatever you're selling, it's what attracts people out there, the way you pack it.
So it's safe to say that there will be, from our predictions, there will be an increase in label and packaging this year.
Yes. I call it the lifestyle.
It's also our own lifestyle to wait till the last minute. So
and see,
it might be an opportunity for all the last minute.com people to be able to get what they need at the right time. And again, if you look at the vaccine coming, they say you have to consume it in 3-4 days.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
So it looks like you're printing as you need it quickly, and then
the data,
exactly, you put the data, you know that in 4 days it's all back.
So it's definitely not something you can do a mass pro for.
No, it can't be mass pro. It's just something you just print and cut immediately and paste. It's not something for the Flexo, the Gravel of these days.
Yeah, but that's still has to do with quantity anyway. But that means to our label and packaging people out there, this is actually the time for you. It's going to be a boom season. But one thing you have to show, you have to be ready so that you can be in place at the right time. You have to have good
planning also.
Ready to convert the doom story to a boom story.
Exactly. That's a good word. That's a good word. The doom to boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and looking at the lifestyle industry now, or let me say, the pandemic has really triggered the lifestyle industry. We are all mandatory now to wear nose masks. Everybody is wearing nose masks now, even the children. And now in the printing industry, some company personalize their nose masks, and also the children nose masks. We have some with printed design, cartoon character. I have a sample here that shows this is more attractive and it will make any child to wear nose masks.
Yeah, because even children doesn't want to just wear anything plain.
Exactly.
Even now, for the face mask, it's becoming a fashion trend. That you have to have your own personalized fashion.
Come to think of it, I see a lot of funny characters on face mask, and you'll be forced to look at it and like, wow.
Keep the distance. I don't want that.
This is really interesting.
And it's also from the printing industry.
Yeah, so
because you have to print on it.
What I've observed also is that pandemic has come with some good things. I'm beginning to see better hygiene everywhere we go, washing of hands, social distancing. And also, have you been to the airport recently? Very orderly. So we're getting out of that crowded life, and we're beginning to live like
people are starting to be in queues now.
So
we're starting to be normal. Let's put it down.
So it means that lifestyle is taking the forefront. And whatever we do in 2021, we must be able to tie our printing business to lifestyle. And it's not just about face masks. I think that the sector that will boom also is that of the home decor. Because the home has become the safest place. Think about it.
So the home needs to be very comfortable and cozy.
People are actually renovating, changing.
I don't even know which printer is designed to print curtains and bed sheets and chair cover. I don't think any printer comes out to say, oh, that's what I want to go into. Yeah. So we're beginning to see that lifestyle is going to change the way we set up. And for me, I think that people begin to look at home decor, as part of the printing process that will boom in this season.
I totally agree with you because mostly what we do with our offices is to make it like, international standard. I want someone to come in and feel this is like home.
But half of the staff are working
Yeah,
from home.
but now that you have
Working
to
from
take
home,
you have to
it's
take
like-
all that to home. So that means the home must be
Comfortable.
very
Very
comfortable,
comfortable.
very
Yes.
welcoming, because
I-
you stay most
I
part of
work
the
I
day
work
there.
two times, one time, 2 times a week at home. And I'm beginning to make my work area
Conducive
more
for you.
look like an office,
Exactly, because you
the-
just want to feel
Yes,
that
exactly.
feel.
I don't want anybody to know I'm working from home, but I want to be as efficient as I am sitting in the office environment, making sure the internet works, making sure this, So it's a digital life that is changing a lot. And that brings me to the point that, look, some people don't even have to come to the office. Graphic artists, I don't know.
Work from home.
You can
Yeah.
just do your thing
With
and
the
send it
internet.
to
Yes.
Technology
They don't
has
have
made
to
it very,
come.
very easy.
A lot of the engineers in our own sector now work from home. They go from
Yes.
home to the customer and
And
then
do
they
their
send it
reporting.
there.
Well, I remember one of my colleagues on the printed gang, the last episode, saying technology actually helps you to do those things you do better and easier.
And
So
that's what we're saying.
that's just what we're saying. That is what technology has come to give us in this world. It helps you actually think beyond what you're supposed to, and you can do much more with the help of technology.
So if you ask me, that brings us to another topic, that training, because we've taken 2020 exposed us. A lot of our operators are not trained for this kind of sector, for this kind of
Yes.
things we're seeing. So what we saw is that it took them by surprise, and we couldn't adjust. So training is going to be in the forefront in 2020, and I'm predicting that, look, a good number of training institutions will begin to surface. A lot of partnership with international training will begin to surface. Some people will have to get rid of some people who are not internet savvy, who are not online
A lot of
suppliers.
things will be done
And people
digitally.
that
Yes,
refuse
and even
to
the
just
trainings
do
can
the
be done
effort.
from anywhere.
Yeah,
So it's
Last
Look at the
I did some
meetings.
training.
Meetings
Three
now
days
are
and
actually
it's online.
online.
exactly.
3 days and it's all
You,
online.
you actually don't need to be physical.
You don't
to
have
go on.
to.
Even sales, marketing, everything has actually changed.
Digitally.
This COVID thing make us understand that we can actually do much more, not
It
just
made us
During
look
the
inward.
lockdown, I know a printer in the East. You know yourself, sir, that got a degree.
Online.
And then he said to me, the Oyinbo people in the class were wondering, how can a black man come and lead us? I said, okay, because you were on lockdown, you didn't have anything else. He wasn't thinking of which
ink
job.
is available.
Exactly. I didn't
So
back my paper.
what would they need in the press? All those things. It is
Well-
what it is. Volume will drop. In fact, it has dropped. It's not like what it used to be. So I'm predicting increase in the sales of digital equipment. I mean the smaller footprint, the one that you can quickly do, print on demand. You can quickly attend to your customer promptly, because now even the customers don't want to wait.
But really, is that a new prediction? Because I feel that nobody is really buying the big equipment anymore.
No, people still do.
Because everything is the gap between the short and long run, in my opinion, is narrowing down, it's closing up. And if you would take example from those big manufacturers, I mean, I don't want to mention name here because nobody has paid for adverts. I mean, the way they can pay for adverts, so we can mention it. But I've seen suppliers in the flexo sector now producing equipment that will only be,
Digitally.
yeah,
Just
just a few amount of colors.
Yes.
You cannot. So on your 5-color machine, you can only use 4 colors. You can only use a specified color, because what takes time in those equipment is when you change ink, clean, remove that, put another one. Yeah, setup time. So now they've reduced the setup time, so you have only preset type of colors, and then you can do short runs.
And another thing, there is a lot of inquiry on digital equipment this time around.
Yeah, because that's just the way to go. That's what people are.
People are
investing in.
actually trying to invest in it. Because you will see that the packaging and label market has really opened up. A lot of people lost their job and they are into that right now.
Yeah,
true.
And it has opened up a lot.
And most of them
things.
would like to have some of these equipment at home to run
Exactly.
their
Yeah, you can
jobs.
actually
Most
print your
most
own
of these
data
people
and
are actually
have
coming
control.
from professional
Professional, and they want to do the best.
bankers, oil worker.
They are so concerned about what they put out there.
And the
Because they
quality
want.
that they have, you have to maintain it over.
No, they are people who have come out with some preset qualities in mind.
Yeah.
So the prediction here basically is that, look, if you're a printer, you need to up your game because people are beginning to demand for quality. The people who have lost their job and are trying to start small businesses are the ones.
Quality minded.
Yes, are the ones who are quality minded. And I always hear price of digital must be close to traditional. Never, it can never be.
Well,
they're two different.
Well,
markets.
I think that is where the problem still is in Nigeria per se, as as a country. Whenever you trying to compare a digital print, you don't remember the time that you use in getting the digital print. You want to compare the price with what you will get on
No,
Flex.
they don't want to compare. Let me use someone's word: apples with apples.
There's some naughty people in this gang. But really, realistically speaking, I just think that the gap will keep closing. The gap will keep closing, and because there are lots of mergers and cooperation happening, we're beginning to see that equipment are now they're taking a different turn. I mean, the pandemic has come to create a lot of things.
Yes.
We're not under pressure every 4 years because there's no exhibition.
There's no
exhibition again.
But the guys are still researching. R&D is still going on.
Yes,
That's coming up with something.
Yeah, people are coming up with different stuff.
There's a lot of automation now, even for the big equipment. You have the software upgrade that actually helps
And that's what
to
I was.
do a whole lot of things without human.
That's
That's
intervention.
what I was even going to come into as it were. Because one thing that we should predict now is that software will rule.
Exactly.
Yes, software will go.
Yes, color management, software.
Vision technology.
Exactly. Even customer relation management software.
Yes.
And look at the newspaper sector. Everything is gone on social media. Everything is gone on social media.
Now on phone.
So a smart
you
newspaper.
get the news
Yes,
as it falls.
yes.
As
And
it
so
really
for me,
falls.
I think a smart newspaper must be able to look for a platform to gather all the bloggers and have them. And how do you do that? The clouds.
Clouds. Yeah.
So software will rule in 2021, and that's a prediction that I feel
But for
we
the
should
newspaper, we can't take out adverts. The way people.
Don't we advertise online? Go
Yeah,
and
but-
ask Linda Ikeji how much she makes on online adverts. Even me, I want to start a blog. What are you people talking about?
But some people actually still prefer the hard copy. I want to keep,
No.
I want to keep my hard
They
copy.
have
I want to
to
keep
do
my
it.
adverts.
Look, we will never, in my opinion, we will never kill the traditional printing sector. It will never die. But they will run side by
Side
side.
by
And if you
side.
hear me properly, it's about the gap closing up.
Yeah.
But if you don't want to lose out, it's natural. You have to
Okay.
you have to play both sides. That's the nomadic lifestyle.
Yeah.
We're all in the desert. We're all in the desert, so you have to keep one leg in and one leg out, so you don't lose any business. And if you check all the smart traditional people, they're getting digital equipment to grab that market.
To support their market.
Yes, because in this period, your major loss is I can't do the job. That's your major loss. So a customer walks in when there is no job.
Nobody wants to say I can't do the job.
Exactly, that's what I'm
Everybody
saying.
We just have to fight. So
You have to-
that leads us to a lot of collaboration.
Exactly, I
A
think.
lot of
Partnership.
collaboration, a lot of partnership, a lot of mergers. If you really don't want to lose out completely, look for that nice person that can do what you can do.
What you
And you
cannot
guys
do.
collaborate
And
and
you
know,
have
you
a-
guys
have
I
an
went out on
understanding.
Very
Saturday to a mall and I saw some guys. I was just actually talking to them. One person owned the printer, one person brings the shirts, and one person goes round to source for who wants to print. And they were,
And one person sells it to people
And I was
who
like-
need it.
Just like the
I
nomadic
look partnership.
lifestyle.
They say we are collaborating to make ends meet.
But really, that is actually the going forward right now, because you can do it all. You definitely cannot do it.
And I think it's also a lesson from the pandemic. Everything will kill all of us if all of us do not protect each other.
Each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the reason I'm wearing face mask is
to
because
protect the next
I'm
person.
protecting myself
You're
and
protecting
I'm
yourself to
protecting you.
protect the next person.
Because you might be sitting, you might be in the same area with someone who is asymptomatic, and you don't know, they don't show the signs. So that's one thing that it has come to teach us, the pandemic. So we need to protect each other, and that's it in the wild, in the nomadic life. It's dangerous.
It's
It's dangerous.
And
So
you
if
need
you
to be
see the
prepared.
danger, you blow a whistle.
Blow a whistle so that the
Blow
next
alarm.
the
And
people
then we all
coming
know
behind
that
you
there
will
is a
know
danger.
that
Know
there's a
that
danger, and they get prepared.
No, we can learn a lot from their lifestyle actually because they are also prepared.
Mhm.
They have very prepared.
They know they
They're
are in
going
the
to the
desert,
desert.
so you just have
They
to
can't
be
find
prepared.
water. They have to have water
Water.
with them. It's
Or
part
they
of
know
their
the
preparation.
routes that have water.
Exactly. They know the way to ply to get it.
Yes.
So
Sometimes you have to find the way.
Sometimes you have to find it, and you don't have
it's a new
compass.
nomadic lifestyle where we're in this together, and everyone needs every other person to survive. Thank you.
exactly.
Let's begin to round up your closing shots, and then we can call it a day.
As there is no vacuum in life, we will see that a lot of people that lost their jobs will start to think of going into small and medium scale manufacturing businesses, and they will need the label and the packaging industry. So for me, it's time you start looking into doing something that will help you to understand the label and packaging industry very well and get to know that there will be an increase this year.
Yeah, the pandemic has actually teach us to learn a whole lot of things. Though it's still very much around, remember you have to keep safe to save the next person close to you. And for the print industry, even if the quantity, as we said, is dropping, it will actually increase on other sectors. So I advise you just, open your eyes, listen properly, pick the bits of information from everywhere you can, study more, learn more, train yourself and retrain yourself. It's going to be a blessing.
Knowledge is power, like they say. Open up yourself. Don't just stick to one type of printing. Discover different things to make yourself more profitable. Think and study well. Thank you.
Hey, it looks like everyone is just saying the same thing, and then you guys are now putting me under pressure on the closing shot. But I don't have to say closing shot, do I?
You don't have to.
I don't have to, right?
Yeah.
Because it looks like they've said it all. But I would just say for the benefit of those who must hear me speak, that what I've noticed in the difference between print in Nigeria and the developed world is attention to details. And those things that bring out the details are little things that we ignore. Things like software upgrade. The new software, the new RIP software is taking care of some things that wasn't taken care in the old one. But we ignore those kind of things. So I think that it's a year that we need to put some more attention to details. This is the Printed Gang, and we'll be with you shortly. Have a nice day, and bye from here.
Bye.